If you make your puff puff this way that I'm going to teach you in this video, I promise you'll never eat any other puff puff ever again. Without saying much, let's get right to the video. So guys, the first ingredient I'm using here is my all-purpose flour. So yeah, I'm using 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and as you can see, I'm sifting my flour. Now don't worry, the whole ingredient list and also the measurements will be on the screen and also in the description box. So just pay attention to the video and also the measurements and ingredients. Okay, so it's very good to sift your flour. That way you don't end up adding particles and lumps into what you're about to make. As you can see at the end of this, I have lumps here. All right, so this is why you should always sift your flour so you don't add things that you're not supposed to add. All right, okay, so the next thing I'm adding in is my yeast. This is very important because it helps your puff puff double in size. Okay, and after that I'm adding my salt as well, and I'm also going in with my sugar. Okay, I'm also going in with my powdered milk, and I'm using 1.5 cup of warm water. Please, you have to use warm water because it helps to activate the yeast. Okay, now I'm just going to stir that, and I'm also going to, say something. If you know that you're a beginner, I made this video in a way that is going to favor those that haven't made puff puff before. Now, if you know you're a beginner, please do not just pour in all the warm water at once. Add it in batch like I'm doing here, okay? Until it gets to the consistency that, you want it to get to, which is a stretchy batter, which I'm going to show you in the course of this video. So guys, the next ingredient we are adding is the coconut flavor, and trust me guys, this is the game changer. This is what takes your puff puff to a whole new level. And listen, if you're in the business of puff puff, like you sell small chops and all of these things, right? You really need to try this recipe. Your customers will, they will stay hooked. They will stay glued to you. And you don't need to add so much of it. Just a little goes a long way. This is the secret ingredient to our coconut puff puff recipe. Okay, so make sure you try this out, and I promise you, you would love it. And I would also love you to come give me feedback on how it tasted after you must have made it. All right, so yeah, this is the consistency of how our puff puff batter is looking, and make sure yours is looking like this. You don't want it to be too runny because it's not going to give you the best result. So next is covering up my batter with a cling film. So I'm just using a cling film to cover up the batter because I'm about to place it in a warm place. Okay, so make sure that you cover yours with a cling film. You can also use a clean towel to also cover, to put on top of the cling film as well. Okay, so make sure you put it in a warm place because you need the puff puff batter to proof. Okay, yeah, you need that yeast and the warm water to come together and make your puff puff batter double in size. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and after an hour I'll be back to show you what it looks like. So after an hour, this is what the puff puff batter is looking like. As you can see, it has doubled in size. So make sure that you keep it in a one place so it can proof just like this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do as well is to remove the trapped air and bubbles in the puff puff, because you don't want to fry it with trapped air and bubbles. It's going to make your puff puff come out oily. Okay, it's going to be too oily, and I'm sure you don't want that. So after this is done, I'm going to proceed to fry. All right. It's time to fry the puff puff. My oil has been on the fire and my heat has been on medium heat. Okay, so ensure not to fry your puff puff on low heat, just so it doesn't soak in too much oil, and also do not fry on high heat, just so it doesn't get burnt. Okay, make sure it's on medium heat. All right, yeah, so I'm just going to proceed to scoop in as many puff puff batter as possible, and I'm just going to proceed to fry them in different batch, because I'm not using a large frying pan or pot. So this is going to require me frying about 2-3 times, and I'll be done with the process and I will show you guys what it looks like. Enjoy. So guys, our coconut puff puff is ready, and trust me, this tastes so delicious. I mean, it's so bomb, and as you can see, it's not so oily. Okay, and guys, I promise you, if you try this out, you would never eat any other puff puff that is not made in this manner. I already said that earlier. So did you enjoy watching this video? If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and also share my videos. Okay, may God bless you, and thanks for watching. Until next time, stay happy and stay blessed. Bye guys.